Welcome.
Oh, thank you. I would just like to start with your website. Is that I found that it's quite out of date, like the media statements are only up to February 2012, and the other ones were about a year old. So I just wondered what the issue was there, because we rely on the website so much.
Thank you, Senator. Rolly Nipa, I'm the chairman of LiveCorp, and thank you for your comment of lovingly known as LiveCorp. It's nice to be here under that guise. Yes, I fully accept, Senator, that our website is out of date. In some areas it's considerably out of date. We have recognised that well and truly, and are in the process of updating it, and I would hope next time we're here, if we're here again, that we can say it's probably one of the better websites that you visited. But at present, yes, we do have some things out of date. We're a very small organisation, LiveCorp, as you would appreciate. Not like our cousins, MLA. We only have 4 permanent staff, and you'll appreciate with the workload that we have at present in LiveCorp, we don't have a great deal of time for some of the niceties of updating websites. I'll just ask my CEO if he would just give you a bit of information on the updating process.
Thank you, Rolly. Sam Brown, LiveCorp CEO. I have little more to add to Rolly's overview there, other than in the coming weeks, hopefully not months, we'll have a new website launch which will provide you with a suite of information, research reports, the exercises and the programs which LiveCorp undertakes.
Thank you. I noticed that in your material you give emphasis to existing and developing new markets. Considering, and we've heard Senator Back spoken about this, there's obviously a lot being written about it, the enormous changes that's going on in the industry. To what extent do you see is your work looking at new markets within Australia, considering the crisis the industry's in?
I could answer that, Senator, by saying we are not focused on the Australian market.
Right, not at all.
LiveCorp is focused on export,
okay,
and that's where our efforts are. MLA does have involvement in obviously within Australia, and if there was any coordination, it would be through there.
Okay, thank you. Considering the enormous attention the industry has received, and that there are increasing calls for an independent authority to be established separate from government and industry, with similar investigative powers to those currently granted to DAF to regulate the export of livestock, do you see that there's any merit in this proposal? And do you see any tension between your dual roles of supporting the industry and keeping it profitable and looking after animal welfare?
Senator,
I might consider that you're actually asking LiveCorp for an opinion about a policy issue. You could direct it at me, and I'd say it's all of those things are always under consideration.
So, Minister, you don't see that there is a tension or a contradiction between having a body that is looking to make the industry profitable and looking after animal welfare?
Well, can I say the DAF does and plays the regulatory role in relation to this, not LiveCorp. LiveCorp, I'm sure, on behalf of its members, has its members' interests at heart, which is to ensure that SCAS operates effectively and efficiently and continues to be well supported. As I understand, LiveCorp has that view. I'm sure they could speak for themselves.
Thank you. In the estimates last year, Dr. Napier, you explained that as part of the work on the SCAS regulatory framework, LiveCorp was undertaking a review of the export standards. Can you explain to the committee the findings of the review and any improvements to animal welfare that we can expect as a result of this work?
And before you answer, sorry, Ms. Napier, I have to make that the last one there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Senator Rhiannon.
Senator, that review is still current. It is work in progress. It's being coordinated through DAF, and we're part of that. There's a steering committee, I think it is, put together with with agreed representation on it, and they are meeting now, and I couldn't comment more than that it's under process.
Just quickly, when? Can you just give us a timeline, please?
I'd have to refer to DAF to give you a timeline.
Can we-
Hopefully, if I can help, if there's anyone who can answer the table, great. Otherwise, could someone get back to Senator Rhiannon before they leave the building?
The YACE will review.
No, someone can. Okay, I'm sorry, Senator Back.
I missed the question, unfortunately.
When is the matter review likely to be tabled?
Yes, when will the review be finished and
standards.
released?
We're fairly close, but I'll probably have to take it on notice, but I would think in the next couple of months.
Can you take it on notice, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Blythe.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Rhiannon. Senator Back, we have 3 minutes.
My questions actually follow on. Can I ask whether or not you have yet been called in by Dr Shipp's group to respond to or answer any questions with regard to the very comprehensive report that you have put into that committee?
I'll refer to Sam.
Thank you, Senator. Look, LiveCorp nor MLA is actually on that steering committee. The Australian Livestock Exporters Council has a representative on that, so we're not actually at the table, but no, we haven't been called to that steering committee to provide advice on the research we undertook.
And is there any reason, to your understanding, why the committee would not accept your submission? Is there any factor that would preclude them from accepting it or you from participating in any inquiry that they may have of your evidence?
Look, Senator, we undertook a comprehensive R&D report that looked into aspects of inspection and procedures around there, which was considered by us as a process of supporting their considerations. But as far as we're aware, that would be considered by their committee and people at that table.
Now that wasn't a confidential report, was it? I mean,
No.
Strangely enough, I'm absolutely hopeless at this, but I actually found it on the internet through an engine search. So I've studied it. I think it's very comprehensive, and I'm just wondering where it's going to from here.
We'll make that publicly available in due course, I'm sure.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thanks, Chairman.
Senator Back. Are there any other questions of the officers? If not, we've got 1 minute.
I put it away.
Oh, Senator Rhiannon, you've been patient. There you go.
1
minute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Brown, as the acting CEO of LiveCorp, promised in the May estimates last year that your strategic plan and annual operating plan would be made available on your website after June 2012. And again, in November 2012, you noted your website was in the process of being updated, and we've heard that again today. You now need a login to even see who is on your board. So I was just wondering, why is this? And can you table the information today? And when will you place these important documents on your website?
I can be brief, Senator, in that the strategic plan has been put to the department for its consideration. We have received a reply from the department of their comments on our strategic plan for the next few years. They'll be considered next week by the board, and at that stage we would finalise our strategic plan, and hopefully with the upgrade of our website very soon, you will have access to that strategic plan.
So within a month?
Senator Rhiannon, we have to
Within a month?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Maybe.
And best endeavours.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Senator Rhiannon, and I thank the officers from LiveCorp.